First, let's take a look at the 2016 playoff standings as of this morning, brought to you by Josh Cummins. As of right now, Seacoast, Worcester, Nashua, Brockton, North Shore, and Bristol are your 6 teams in that order. Seacoast in the top spot, 1.5 up on Worcester. Nashua is 5 back on Seacoast. Brockton is 8.5, North Shore at 9.5, and Bristol holds that 6th spot by 3.5 games to Torrington. Martha's Vineyard is 4.5 back, Pittsfield 5, and Wachusett 7, with the clock about to strike midnight on all 4 of those teams, with only 3 days of baseball left. The Worcester Bravehearts had a phenomenal night at the plate, defeating the Torrington Titans 15-2 behind a 7-run first inning. Dylan Harris out of St. Leo had a 4-for-6 night, racking up 2 runs scored on an RBI and a home run. Franklin Pierce's Zach Tower had 3 RBI on 2 hits, including a home run with 2 runs scored and 3 walks in the ballgame.
The bats were going. We got a few breaks early in the game. We took advantage of them. Just played a good team game.
So you had a good day at the plate, 4 for 6, 3 singles, you had a solo home run. Talk about your day at the plate.
Just went out there, approached, just tried to hit the ball hard and drive it somewhere. Got a good pitch to hit, and I drove it.
So late addition to the Bravehearts here. Some of you guys don't know, Dylan was on the first-year team, and he played a couple games last year. Dylan, talk about how it feels to be back here in Worcester for
it's awesome.
Actually a 3rd year.
Yeah, it's awesome. You get the fan support. Everyone here loves you. The Cretans take care of us. It's great.
The Bristol Blues gave the over 3,000 Connecticut faithful what they asked for on Tuesday night, defeating Nashua 6-0. Post's Ben Brown got the win, going 6 1/3, allowing 0 runs on 2 hits while striking out 4. St. Mary's' Austin Chauvin got the scoring started with 1 RBI on 2 hits, and Seton Hall's Chris Villa had 2 RBI on 1 hit in the ballgame. The Brockton Rocks are on a roll, defeating the red-hot North Shore Navigators 4-1. Wheaton's Thomas Larison was solid on the hill, going 6 innings of shutout baseball, surrendering 4 hits while striking out 5. Eric Feliz out of Notre Dame had 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run scored, as shown here on this RBI single by Dylan Cooper out of NC State. A double-header sweep for the Seacoast Mavericks as they took down the Wachusett Dirt Dogs and make their run at that number 1 seed for the playoffs. The Mavs took the first game 2-1 in 7 innings. Oklahoma's Jeremiah Adams had a double and a home run to give the Mavs the victory. A lot more scoring in that second game, the 7-inning affair, with Michael Hart leading the way with 2 RBI on 3 hits, including a long ball. Columbia's A.J. DiFilippo had 2 RBI on 2 hits as well. The starting pitcher of the game, Casey Aubin from UMass, went 5 strong, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits with 5 Ks. Pittsfield got back to their winning ways, defeating Martha's Vineyard 8-6 at home. SUNY Oswego's Eric Hamilton had the hot bat, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. Albany's Kevin Donati had an RBI and 3 runs scored on 3 hits. And Eastern Connecticut State's Al Zachary had 2 RBI on 2 hits to lead the Suns to victory. Now it's time for the Futures League Pitcher and Player of the Night, brought to you by On Deck Sports, the official sponsor of the Futures League. The On Deck Sports Pitcher of the Night goes to Bristol's Ben Brown out of Post University, who was dominant on the hill, going 6 1/3 innings, allowing 0 runs on only 2 hits while striking out 4 in the 6-0 win over Nashua. The On Deck Sports Player of the Night goes to Worcester's Zach Tower out of Franklin Pierce, who Torrington just could not keep off the bases. Tower had 3 RBI on 2 hits, including a home run, but also reached base another 3 times, racking up 3 walks in the ballgame. Here's a look at your West Division standings. Worcester is at 33-16, second overall for the playoffs. Bristol stays in the 6th playoff spot at 23-26. Torrington falls to 19-29, 3.5 out. Wachusett falls to 18-33, and Pittsfield grabs a game to get to 18-29. In the East, Seacoast remains on top of both the East and the league at 35-15. Nashville loses to fall to 28-20, third overall in the playoffs. North Shore drops its first in a while to 26-25, fifth overall. Brockton surpasses North Shore in the overall standings at 26-24, and Martha's Vineyard falls back to 20-31. On deck for the Futures League on Wednesday, a doubleheader in Pittsfield between the Rocks and the Suns starting at 5. The Dirt Dogs welcome in the Silver Knights at 6:35. The Navigators are back in Lynn to welcome the Sharks at 7. The Bravehearts are home to play the Mavericks. And the Blues will travel to Torrington for the Battle of Connecticut starting at 7 p.m.